Here, day after Black Friday, came to my parents' house where my garage queen sits. In case you saw my first video from 10 years ago, yes, I still have my S2000. And in these 10 years, I've driven it probably 4 or 5 times. That's kind of hard to believe. I just had the top replaced. This is one of the most vandalized cars in Southern California. I swear to God. My top has been slashed 3 or 4 times, like 4 or 5 times actually. And I just lived with the holes for a while before, I couldn't replace it in the pandemic because these parts weren't available from Japan. But yeah, I have it at my parents' house because I only have a 2-car garage. And I drive, my daily driver is a Honda Accord V6. But yeah, I've kept it, and I don't know what to do with it. It's going up in value though. It seems like it's going up in value because every time I go to Costco's, I get guys making offers at me, $45,000, $50,000. Had some guy go up to $52,000 cash. So it is appreciating, and if you can keep yours bone stock like mine is 100% bone stock except for the little spoiler I added, which is OEM deck lid spoiler, or no, not deck lid, but front bumper spoiler, and also the duckbill spoiler, which I think adds a nice touch to the rear end of the car. Car just has really nice curves and all that. And I have a really cool license plate holder. It's self-explanatory. And that's pretty much it. As you can see, my parents, they can't even park their own cars because their garage is just full of stuff. But yeah, I wouldn't park it in my place either because I don't live in a safe neighborhood as my parents do. Not as well off as they are, but yeah, I'm keeping this. Wheels, bone stock, everything bone stock. I just wanted to get it repainted, and the guy at the body shop was like, I was like, hey, how much to get it repainted? I want it to be yellow, white, or perhaps metallic green. And he's like, no, don't repaint it. Just keep it. If you're not going to drive it, just keep it in Formula Red because that's the most sought after color, I suppose. I suppose he'd know more than I do. But yeah, I'm keeping this as an investment. I'm holding on to it. Hopefully it'll get to 100K in 10 years. That's not at all unlikely given the inflation we've been seeing the past few years and the inflation that is to come. So if you do have an S2000, you should probably hold on to it. But at the same time, I have this desire to mod and like put in a supercharger, lower the suspension, change the exhaust, headers, what have you. But I haven't done so. And part of it is because this car is actually not that easy to drive in traffic. If you're driving like a trail, a country trail, it's perfect. But if you're driving in city traffic, it's not really that fun because you're going in a straight line. And plus the clutch is very heavy and very deep in this car. This is an AP2, so I don't know about the AP1s. It's a 2007. It's got about 37,000 miles on it. And I'm just going to keep it as a garage queen. This is the very definition of a garage queen, when you don't drive a car 4 or 5 times, more than 4 or 5 times within a 10-year span. I only started driving it a couple times this past year. And yeah, it's very different from 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I used to see S2000s on the street almost every week, during my commutes and stuff. Now, it's very rare to see an S2000 And that's the thing about value, is rarity. Okay, because every year hundreds of these cars get destroyed. They go to junkyards, they get totaled, etc. So there's going to be there's already been the phenomena of disappearing S2000s, especially those that are bone stock and have everything, factory OEM. So yeah, if you have an S2000 or a similar car like an NSX or a Supra or RX-7, you should keep it, sit on it. It's a worthy investment vehicle, pun intended.